The ancient stones of St. Peter's Basilica stood resolute against the night. The moonlight bathed the grand structure in a silvery glow, casting long shadows that seemed to whisper secrets of centuries past. A chill settled over Rome, the kind that seeps into your bones and makes you pull your coat tighter. The misty streets were deserted, save for the occasional figure hurrying home, unaware of the monumental events unfolding nearby. Inside, shadows danced in the flickering candlelight, creating an almost ethereal atmosphere. The cathedral's vast interior seemed to breathe with a life of its own, each flicker of light telling a story of faith and devotion. A sense of anticipation hung heavy in the air. The gathered crowd, a mix of clergy and laity, held their breath, each person acutely aware that they were witnessing history in the making. This was no ordinary night. This was a night for secrets, a night for history, the kind of night that would be remembered for generations, whispered about in hushed tones and recounted in history books. Tonight, the weight of the world rested on the shoulders of one man. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, a man known for his deep faith and quiet strength, stood at the precipice of a monumental decision. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, a man of deep faith and quiet strength, prepared himself. He knelt in solitary prayer, seeking guidance and fortitude for the path that lay ahead. He was about to assume a mantle worn by saints and sinners alike, the papacy, a role that demanded not just spiritual leadership, but also immense personal sacrifice and unwavering commitment. He adjusted his simple white cassock, a stark contrast to the ornate surroundings. The simplicity of his attire symbolized the humility and service that the role required. His heart beat with the steady rhythm of faith, each beat a testament to his readiness, his resolve, and his unwavering belief in the path he was about to take. He was ready, ready to serve, ready to lead, ready to embrace the immense responsibility that came with the papacy. The air crackled with anticipation. The ceremony was about to begin. The world watched and waited, holding its breath for the dawn of a new era. Cardinal Tagle's journey was one of humility and dedication, marked by a deep commitment to his faith and his community. Born in the Philippines, he rose from humble beginnings in a small rural village, where life was simple but filled with love and faith. His parents, devout Catholics, instilled in him a deep love for God and a profound respect for the dignity of every human being. They taught him the values of compassion, humility, and service to others. He was a scholar, a theologian, and a pastor who spoke the language of the people. His ability to connect with individuals from all walks of life made him a beloved figure in the church. His warmth and humor resonated with millions worldwide. Whether he was delivering a sermon or engaging in casual conversation, his genuine care for others shone through. His message was simple: love, compassion, and mercy. He believed that these values were the cornerstone of a just and humane society. His rise through the ranks of the church was swift, a testament to his character and intellect. He was recognized not only for his theological acumen, but also for his pastoral sensitivity. He served as Archbishop of Manila, his heart always with the poor and marginalized. He tirelessly advocated for social justice and worked to uplift those who were often forgotten by society. His appointment to the Vatican Curia brought him closer to the heart of the Church. Now, destiny awaited as he continued to serve with unwavering faith and dedication, inspiring countless others along the way. The secrecy surrounding the ceremony was absolute. Only a select few cardinals and bishops were privy to the night's events. The weight of tradition demanded discretion. Whispers echoed through the cavernous basilica. A hush fell as a procession of cardinals, their red robes a stark contrast to the white marble walls, made their way towards the altar. The air grew thick with incense, a sweet and ancient scent. At the altar, bathed in the warm glow of candlelight, lay a book. The book. The ancient text held the rituals and traditions of centuries. Tonight, it would bear witness to history once again. The ceremony was a tapestry of ancient rituals and symbolic gestures. Each movement was steeped in tradition, each word echoing through the centuries. The weight of history was palpable. The cardinals gathered around the altar, their faces illuminated by the flickering candlelight. The silence was broken by the murmur of Latin prayers, their voices blending in a timeless chorus. Cardinal Tagle knelt. He accepted the papal stole, a symbol of his pastoral authority. The weight of the Church of the world rested upon his shoulders. He was no longer just Cardinal Tagle. He was the vicar of Christ. He was Pope, a legacy of humility. The new Pope, choosing the name Pope Pius XIV, rose to his feet. He looked out at the faces of his brother cardinals, his eyes filled with humility and resolve. He was a man of the people, and he would lead with the same humility and compassion that had defined his life. His first act as Pope was a gesture of profound symbolism. He removed the ornate papal tiara encrusted with jewels and gold and placed it on the altar. This was a papacy that would be defined not by power but by service. The message was clear. This was a new era for the Church, an era of dialogue, of openness, of love. The news of Pope Pius XIV's election spread like wildfire across the globe. From the bustling cities of the Americas to the rural villages of Africa, from the ancient churches of Europe to the newly constructed chapels of Asia, the world reacted with a mixture of awe and anticipation. The Catholic world, a vast and complex tapestry of cultures and traditions, looked to their new shepherd with hope. Here was a man who understood their struggles, who spoke their language, who shared their faith. The Church, under his guidance, was poised for change, a change that promised to reverberate throughout the world. Pope Pius XIV's papacy was characterized by a spirit of renewal and reform. He emphasized the Church's mission of service to the poor, the marginalized, and the forgotten. He called for a more inclusive church, a church that welcomed all people regardless of their background or beliefs. His words resonated with millions. He challenged the Church to confront its past mistakes and to embrace a future of dialogue and understanding. He called for greater collaboration between religions, recognizing the shared humanity that binds us all. His message was clear. The Church was not an institution of power, but a community of believers called to serve one another in love. The secret midnight ceremony, shrouded in the mists of history, marked the beginning of a new chapter for the Catholic Church. Pope Pius XIV's papacy, though still in its early days, held the promise of a more just, compassionate, and merciful world. His legacy, like the ancient stones of St. Peter's Basilica, would stand the test of time. He was a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness, a testament to the enduring power of faith, humility, and love. The world watched, waited, and prayed. The future of the Church, and indeed the world, rested in his capable hands. The impact of that night, the night Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle became Pope Pius XIV, would be felt for generations to come. It was a night shrouded in mystery and anticipation, a night that would change the course of history. The world watched as a new chapter in the Church's story began, one that promised hope and renewal. His papacy, born in secrecy and steeped in tradition, heralded a new era of openness, dialogue, and engagement with the world. Pope Pius XIV was not just a leader, he was a bridge builder, connecting the ancient traditions of the Church with the modern world's needs and aspirations. His vision was clear: to make the Church a beacon of light and a source of comfort for all. He showed the world that the Church, at its heart, was not about power or prestige, but about love, service, and compassion. His actions spoke louder than words as he reached out to the marginalized and the downtrodden, offering them hope and solace. His commitment to social justice and human dignity was unwavering, and he inspired countless others to follow in his footsteps. He embodied the true spirit of the gospel, the spirit of a shepherd who knew his flock and loved them unconditionally. His humility and kindness were evident in every interaction, and he became a symbol of what it truly means to lead with a servant's heart. His guidance was not just spiritual, but deeply personal, touching the lives of those he met. The legacy of Pope Pius XIV, the people's pope, would be one of humility, of service, and above all, of love. He was a leader who walked among his people, understanding their struggles and joys and always striving to make the world a better place. His life was a testament to the power of faith and the importance of living out the values of the gospel. His was a papacy that would forever be etched in the annals of history, a shining example of faith in action. His influence extended far beyond the walls of the Vatican, touching hearts and minds across the globe. Pope Pius XIV's enduring legacy is a reminder that true leadership is about serving others with love, compassion, and unwavering faith. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.